Chapter 6. Today we are going to rank people and things, which means we're going to put them in order, and they're called the ordinal numbers. In English, an ordinal number would be the first, the second, the third, and so on. That's an ordinal number. Now, let's look at how we form the ordinal numbers in German. I gave you all the basic numbers as we learned them a while ago. So, eins, if we make an ordinal number out of eins, it becomes der erste. Like English, you say the first, right? It's a little irregular, just like English. Der erste. Zwei, der zweite. Here it's just the basic number zwei. We add a T to the stem and an E ending. Drei, der dritte. That is a little irregular too. In English, we also have an irregular form. We say the third, not the three, the third, right? Vier, der vierte. Fünf, der fünfte. Sechs, der sechste. Sieben, der siebte. Here we drop off the EN. Remember, we did that before when we learned the numbers. So we use the short form, der siebte. Acht is regular again. Basic number plus E. 9, der neunte, basic number plus UTE. Now, when we go to number 20, what do you notice? Der zwanzigste. Starting with number 20, we have to add an ST and then the E ending. Der zwanzigste. So if we say the 21st, 21, we say der einundzwanzigste. And let's write down maybe the number 30 just for practice. This would be 30. So we say, because it's after 20, right, we have to add an ST. Der 30ste. Der 30ste. Now, ordinal numbers act like adjectives. So they can get different endings other than E, depending on where their position is in the sentence. Okay, I just want to give you a heads up. Okay, so ordinal numbers act like adjectives. They might have to change their ending. So how do we form ordinal numbers? We remember basic number plus T plus E ending. The exceptions are the numbers 1, 3, and 7. After 20, we use the basic number, but we have to add an ST and then the E. All right? So far, so good. That's not complicated. Now, let's say we want to know what date it is. Okay, here we go. We could ask, der wievielte ist heute? In a translation, a literal translation, it would mean the how manyth is it today, but we would say, what's the date today? But that's how we say the phrase. So learn it. Der wievielte ist heute? Now, the der is important. When you have a der in the question, we have to repeat it in your answer. So we would say, heute is, today is, der 20. 20, remember, needs to add the ST and the E. And it's an adjective, and we learned der, die, das words add an E to the adjective. So that's where that E comes from. So remember, if the question, look at the question, look at the article in the question, that needs to be repeated in the answer. Der wievielte ist heute? Heute ist der 20. If you say today is the 3rd, heute ist der 3., der 4., der 19., whatever we want to say. All right, we can say also, we can ask in a different way, we can say, den wievielten haben wir heute? Again, what's the date today? But here we use a direct object phrase. See, den wievielten, en ending. And as I told you, when you have the den in the question, we need to see it in the answer. So we say, heute haben wir den 10., and the number gets an en too. Or we can say, heute haben wir den 5. All right, en. Always look for the question. What is the article in the question? Repeat that same article in your answer. Another thing you might have noticed, when we use a number in these sentences, we have to capitalize the first letter. So der 20. is capitalized, den 20. oder den 10. is also capitalized. So far so good, right? Remember, der, question, der, answer. Den in the question, den in the answer. The en ending needs to be repeated on the number also.